Thank you for tuning into this third and final tutorial about how to complete Cornell Notes in physical science class. Okay, so you've taken notes during the video, thinking carefully about what you felt was important. And not only have you taken notes, you thought about what the key points in those notes were, the key things that you need to remember from this lesson. The last step is proof that you actually understand the lesson, and that is at the very bottom of the Cornell Notes, the summary. The summary section of your Cornell Notes is where you're going to, in your own words, explain what you've just learned. There are two options for completing the summary. The first option is always specific to the lesson. I'm going to write a question, something to focus you back on what you learned. And if you answer that question with a complete paragraph, you can prove that you understood what was in the lesson. Or maybe this is even a little better than answering my question. You can write your own complete summary paragraph about how the key concepts relate to one another. This is you thinking on your own about what the most important things of the lesson were and how you can explain those in a way that proves that you get the connections. You can choose to do either one of these for the summary, just please don't do both. As you write your summary, feel free to do a couple of things. Number one, sometimes my prompts are really long. So feel free to click on it and select all the text and choose a new font size for it. Maybe you want to make it really tiny so it doesn't take up so much of your space to write. Please make sure that where you do actually write something, you use at least 11-point font so I can read what you write. Okay, so don't make your writing really small, but you can make the prompt, my writing, really small so it doesn't take up so much space. The other thing I would ask you to do is please delete the prompt that you're not using. So if you're not going to write your own summary paragraph, you're going to write the one that I suggest, just delete where I suggested you write your own. That way I know which one you chose to do and you have enough space to write your own summary paragraph. Once your summary is written and you've written a complete paragraph that explains how the key points are related to each other or answers my question, there are still a few more steps to do to complete these Cornell Notes all the way. You now need to go back up and rate your confidence in how well you understand the lesson. This is called your knowledge level. How much knowledge do you now have about the objective, the goal that you wrote? How well do you understand what matter is and what matter is not? If you fully understand it, that's great. Rate it a 5 out of 5. If you don't really get it at all, you just completely miss the point of the lesson and you don't get it, you need to ask me for help, rate it a 1 out of 5. You don't get it. But please rate it somewhere between 1 and 5. And then finally, once you are finished with the Cornell Notes entirely, you're going to take the quiz on the lesson, which is always out of 5 points, and you're going to record your quiz score here too. If your attack effort was high and your knowledge level was high, you should probably find that the quiz score was high. If it's not, that indicates that something is breaking down in the way that you're completing the lesson, and you need to think about that. Why is it that you felt confident that you knew, but you didn't really know? What went wrong? But please record your quiz score here so we can keep track of how well you are getting it. How well did this lesson actually go for you? And then finally, when your Cornell Notes are 100% completed, there's one last step that you're going to do. You're going to go to File. You're going to choose the option to publish your notes to the web. You're going to choose to embed your notes. And then you're going to click on the button to publish them. Now, these notes are already published to the web. But you're going to click on this button, and then another pop-up box will appear that asks you to confirm. Do you really want to publish these so anybody can see them? You need to select yes, you do want to publish these. And I'm going to show you later how you can use the link from your published notes to keep an organized digital notebook. Once you've published your notes as complete, you have finished your Cornell Notes.